Alright guys, I got the other coil in the mail today, and it is a magnetron coil. I verified that. I didn't know what kind of ignition it was, but there is such thing as a coil and no brain or no points. I just had to verify it because somebody had told me that there only was points in electronic ignition. But in this video we're going to be trying to get it together and get it on the tractor and get it started and running so it can get back to its owner. I don't have any paper around to space the coils, so I'm just going to use the bag that the screws came in right here. Another easy way to test if your engine has points or electronic, or it is normal magnetron coil, is you just look at the spark and see if it fires every time the piston comes up and down, because it's obviously only going to fire every other. So these engines, since they've just got a magnet, one magnet it comes around, fires every time the piston comes up and down. It's not every other, whereas as it would be with points and electronic, it's every time. So that's how you can know. I'm going to go ahead and do this one so that way you guys can see. But you take your bag, piece of paper, it doesn't need to be within a millionth, it just needs to be millionth of an inch. As close as you can get it to the magnet without it touching. And it's real nice for doing this in my workshop, since there's a nice amount of metal shavings on the floor, because then it gets all up in there and grinds it away. That was sarcasm. The tricky part is getting the plastic out after you've screwed it in. These screws are those self-drilling, have the weird cutting splices, splines, whatever, on them. As you can probably see, I can't talk today. Wow. That's a little bit easier than the paper. I don't know why that spark plug is in there. Oh yeah, from when I was power washing it. Didn't want to get any water down in there. And it slips by pretty easy. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. Just in case you are wondering, it does not matter at all which way they are on there. The coils, see, the spark plug wire is on the outside on that one, and it's on the inside on that one. That's because that one, the intake is in the way, so it's impossible to put it on that way. So you just put it on whatever way you need to put it on. I do not keep track of where any of this stuff goes, because keeping track's for losers. As long as you have common sense, you'll be fine. Sorry if I offended some of you, but it just really bothers me when people can't just look at the mark of the shape. Like, seriously, you can't mix that up for a circle. That's like a elongated oval. Like, seriously, you couldn't mentally screw that up. Dealing with small engines is not like dealing with the internal parts on a race engine. You can mix up a few screws. They don't have to go exactly back where they go. It's not like you're building a top fuel dragster. Every little screw is numbered. It's not like that. This is a 624cc engine, just in case any of you are wondering. Just a compression test here for you. Wow, that's more than I thought it would have. A little bit over 180. That may not be true, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate. I think they might have sold me a bad compression tester. It's kind of retarded. My air compressor is a little bit over 105 psi right now. And it says it's at 122, so no, it's not a good compression tester. That's disappointing for $40. Screw the other cylinder since it doesn't work anyway. I went ahead and did the other cylinder since screw is not a nice word. And it's about the same. Water did get into the cylinders, but it doesn't matter because there's no way oxygen could have got in there, or enough at least to make a difference. So there shouldn't be any rust in there, and if so, it's not going to affect anything. Here's a little spark test for you. It even sparks at low RPM. Here's a spark test on the other cylinder, except this time I made sure it's right next to the fuel pump. Same spark plug. And you'll notice when it's sparking that it sparks about twice as much as it needs to. Like, you'll hear the tone of the cylinder, like when it starts blowing out the air, because it only blows out the air every time, but you can actually hear it every other. But it sparks every single time. And then I forgot that the glove was on the right hand, and I just shot myself. But yeah, sometimes the spark wants to go through the boot through you instead of going through the air, because I mean, it'll go easier through a solid than through a gas. By the way, guys, don't do this. This is how you get carbon and whatever the hell it is poisoning, but I probably already have that, so it doesn't matter. I'm also starting this on 2-stroke gas because it's right next to me, and because it lubricates the cylinders a little bit more. As you can see, our smoke alarm has been removed, but other than that, we're ready to go. I don't know how far this thing is going to take off into outer space when it starts, but I don't really have anything to attach it to, so I'm just going to go ahead and try. And I also have no kill switch, so I mean, there's no gas in it, so it'll run out eventually. And you have to have your battery charger on. It's hard to get the good connection with this little thing. Perfect. No choke, no nothing. Just idle, started right up.